Hello everyone, today I want to talk about the upcoming character Candace and hopefully help you figure out if she fits your playstyle and team compositions. It's a 4-star character, so I'm not going to tell you to pull for her, but I still like to give you my thoughts on each new character. First I will go over the skill kit and talk about some build ideas, and in the later half I'll get into synergies with other characters and team compositions. Her normal attacks aren't anything too interesting, so let's skip straight to the elemental skill. If you tap it, it's just a quick dash forward, and if you hold it, it's your standard block and counter skill similar to Beidou or Yunjin. As for the elemental burst skill, it increases the elemental damage dealt by your team's normal attacks by 20%. Aside from this, when you switch characters, it also deals hydro damage, and melee characters get a hydro infusion. As for passive skills, the first one decreases stamina consumption for climbing. The second one makes her instantly counter if you get hit when you're holding down the elemental skill. And the last one further increases the elemental normal attack damage for characters affected by Candace burst skill. 0.5% damage for each 1k max HP of Candace. First of all, the elemental skill seems like a lot of fun. We already know that, we don't need to talk about it. Other than that, it seems like she is another utility character to support DPS who rely on normal attacks. This time though, it increases only elemental damage, basically infusion characters, so Candace is slightly different than Yunjin, very slightly. As for the build, it's an HP scaling sub DPS, so it might look a lot like this Zhongli for example. Her energy cost is I believe 60, so you might need a little bit more energy recharge than this though. As for weapons, you can run something like the White Tassel if you want some extra crit chance, or the Favonius Lance if you want some extra energy recharge. As for artifacts, you can just run the 4-piece Noblesse set to get the extra attack buff, or even the 4-piece Deepwood memory set if you want to support something like Tenari for example and you don't run another Dendro character. It just works on any character, you just need to press the elemental skill or elemental burst skill to apply it. As for team compositions, of course we want to support a main DPS who mainly deals elemental normal attack damage. So forget about Tenari again, we need to wait for another Dendro character for that. Surprisingly, there are actually quite a few options for this, so let me just give you some suggestions. For example, a Hyper Bloom team with an Electro main DPS like Raiden, Sino or Keqing, and a Dendro sub DPS like Kolei or the Traveler. Aside from this, you also can do your Yoimiya Vaporize team with Yelan or Jingzhou, and of course you also have a lot of normal attack damage on Ayato, and you can just vaporize off him with Zhang Ling. And now some teams that are a little more, let's say, creative for lack of a better word, and the first one is a normal attack focused Ayaka freeze team, for example on a gladiator set, and you further increase her normal attacks with Shenhe's buff and Candace buff. And you can even replace Bennett with a Constellation 2 Gene for the Verdescent set and the extra attack speed from her Constellation 2. Of course, she works well in any team I mentioned so far. And now the last one, it's getting a little weird admittedly, but Ito has to do a lot of normal attacks to get stacks for his charge attacks, so we might as well use Candace to increase the damage on them and trigger the elemental reactions to activate Geo Resonance in his Goro Albedo team. Alright, so we made it to the end. I hope this was somewhat helpful, and I want to at least mention once that aesthetically Candace looks amazing. I'm kind of baffled that she is a 4-star character. Anyway, if I get her, I'll try her out, so stay tuned for that. Until then, have fun and bye bye.